Okay, we're going to finish adding and subtracting rational expressions. We're going to finish the worksheet we started yesterday. So for most of these, I'm going to use the shortcut, and I just want to remind you what the shortcut is. It is if we have A over B plus or minus C over D. The way we want to do this is we want to multiply diagonally. So I'm going to multiply A times D. And then whatever that sign is in the middle, it remains. And then I'm going to multiply diagonally again, and I get CD all over, and then I multiply horizontally, BD. Okay? And that will give me an answer. And sometimes when I use this method, I have to simplify. But let's do an example. So this very first problem, remember, we can write 3 as 3 over 1. So because there's only one factor on the left and one factor on the right, that's my criteria for using it. There's one factor on the left, one factor on the right, I can use the shortcut. So the first thing I'm going to do is multiply these two together, and that's going to give me 3x squared plus 5. Because I'm subtracting, that subtraction sign remains, and then I multiply 1 times 1, and I get 1. Then I multiply diagonally, so I'm going to multiply 1 times x squared plus 5. And you are correct, I don't need that 1 there, I just put it there so you remember that we're multiplying. And now I simplify, so I have 3x squared plus 15 minus 1 over x squared plus 5. So I have 3x squared plus 14 over x squared plus 5. And we cannot simplify that any further, and that is my answer. Okay, problem number 2 is similar, and I'm going to do it the exact same way. I'm going to remember that I can write 1 as 1 over 1. Any whole number can be written over 1. So I multiply diagonally, so I get 1 times 3x minus 1. And then I multiply diagonally again, and it's addition, so it remains addition. I get 1 times 2x plus 7. And then I multiply horizontally the bottom. So I get 1 times 3x minus 1. Simplifying this, 3x and 2x are 5x. Negative 1 plus 7 is 6, all over 3x minus 1. Okay? This next one I cannot use the shortcut on, unfortunately. So we're going to have to do it the long way. And I know that's a pain in the rear, but let's just do it. So this one we're going to have to do 4. We're going to factor that, and we get x plus 5, x minus 5. Then the next one, we factor the denominator. We get x plus, what can I multiply to get 5 and add to get 6? 5 and 1. And now I'm going to find that common denominator. I know my common denominator has to have an x plus 5 and an x minus 5. But it also needs to have an x plus 1 from the bottom expression. So this one has x plus 5, x plus 1, and we're missing x minus 5 from the top, so it has to go there as well. So what did I multiply x plus 5, x plus 1 by to get this? Well, I multiplied it by x minus 5. So remember, I just can't multiply the bottom. I have to multiply the top by that as well. And that's going to give me 6x minus 30, distributing that 6. What did I multiply this by? I multiplied the denominator by x plus 1, so I have to multiply the numerator by x plus 1, so that gives me 4x plus 4. And then because I have common denominators, I just add numerators. So this is 10x minus 26 over x plus 5, x plus 1, x minus 5. Okay, let's do the 3 at the bottom. And all of these we're going to be able to use the shortcut on. So I'm just going to use that because it's easier. So I multiply. I get 4c times c plus 3 plus, because that's addition, there it remains, 4c times c minus 3 by multiplying these. And then I multiply the bottoms. c minus 3, c plus 3. And now I just combine like terms. So I get 4, well, first I have to distribute 4c squared plus 12c plus 4c squared minus 12c all over the 12c and the negative 12c zero out. I combine the like terms, I get 8c squared over c minus 3, c plus 3. Okay, let's do the next one. This one becomes a little tricky just because I have to do multiplication here. And to be honest, I started the video and had to stop because I made a mistake in my multiplying, but let's see if I can't get it right this time. 2 minus t, t plus 5. I kept writing the t's as something else. And then multiplying here, we get 2 plus t times t minus 5. And then we multiply the denominators, we get t minus 5, t plus 5. Alrighty, let me see if I can multiply this out. So this gives me 2t plus 10 minus t squared plus minus 5t. Okay, did I do that right? 2t, 10 minus t squared minus 5t plus 2t minus 10 and then plus t squared minus 5t all over t minus 5, t plus 5. If I made a mistake on there, don't send me a message. It's just I just made a simple mistake. I know what I'm doing. So what are our like terms here? Let's do our like terms. I got 2t and 2t. So that's going to be 4t. I got 10 and negative 10. Well, that's going to be 0. And I got negative t squared and positive t squared. That's going to be 0 as well. And then I have negative 5t and negative 5t. So that's actually going to be minus 10t. And I know what you're thinking. Can't we add those together? Yeah, we can. I just realized that a second ago. So let's do that. So we got t minus 5, t plus 5. And if I combine like terms at the top, I get negative 6t over t minus 5. My hands are thinking faster than, my brain's thinking faster than my hands are. There we go. I think that's the correct answer. If it's not, I'm sorry. All right, we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to use the shortcut. So we have 4r times r plus 2 plus 4r times r minus 2. And that'll get us 4r squared, I know I didn't do the bottom, plus 8r plus 4r squared minus 8r. All over, multiplying the bottoms, we get r minus 2, r plus 2. And so my answer is 8r squared, and then 8r minus 8r zeros out. So I have 8r squared, r minus t, 2r plus 2. Okay, and that is more adding and subtracting rational expression. Tomorrow we're going to look at solving rational expression equations. So come back tomorrow.